Hi, this is Crystal with GoGo Gaddis Travel. Our excursion to the Great Barrier Reef started on the Carnival Splendor out of Sydney, Australia. This excursion started in the theater. From there, we were taken to a vessel right off the ship that would take us out to the Barrier Reef. This is a long ride, about an hour and a half to 2 hours, and it is a rocky ride. So be sure to take your motion sickness medicine before this trip. There were several people who had not taken motion sickness medicine and they regretted it. There were so many people that were sick and throwing up. So please make sure and take your motion sickness medicine before you go on this long boat ride out to the Barrier Reef. On the way out to the reef, the crew will have you fill out a form to assess your physical abilities. If they feel like there's any issues, they'll give you a little pink strip to tie onto the top of your snorkel. We are older, so that kind of put us in the watch out for these folks category. And so no problem, that just lets the lifeguards know who they need to kind of keep an eye on. They did tell us that we really should wait until about 2:30 to get into the water because the water's calmer at that time. The tide is getting lower. We did not heed that, and they were right. We should have waited. When you get to the reef, basically you'll be at this big pontoon boat, and the boat that you're on will allow you off of that boat onto the pontoon boat. That's where you're going to be spending the next 4 hours or so. So there's no need to rush. Just take your time, figure things out. We sort of made the mistake of just jumping in. We didn't really know what we were doing. We just jumped in. This is the area where you snorkel off of the pontoon boat. Here's a view of that snorkel deck from the water. Here is a view from late in the day when the tide has gone down significantly and you can almost see the top of the reef. I wish we had come up here at the beginning so we could see the whole area and know where we were swimming. Like I said, we just sort of dove in and then really didn't know where to go or what to look for. A big concern that I had was, what do we have to wear? I'm heavy set, and so I really didn't think I was going to fit into a wetsuit or something like that. At the Great Barrier Reef, there are jellyfish, and so they want you to wear a stinger suit. Now, a stinger suit is not a wetsuit. It's a little thinner than a wetsuit. But they do want you to have some sort of protection against the jellyfish. And so they offer these stinger suits. Now, I was really nervous about that. I didn't think I would probably fit in one of their stinger suits. I already swim with leggings and a rashy shirt. And so ahead of time, we bought like a hood and gloves, and we were really all covered up with those items. So I felt comfortable with what we did and what we were wearing. I wanted to give an overview here of what was available, what sizes were available, what does it look like, all of that. Because I was very nervous about all of that before we went on this excursion. They have all the other snorkel gear you need. We have our own, so you were welcome to bring that, but they do have it there available for you, and that's included in the cost of your excursion. In addition to snorkeling, a meal was included. They also had an underwater viewing area if you didn't want to get wet. Another non-wet option was a half-submersible vessel. Kind of like a glass bottom boat. The water was really churned up, so we really couldn't see a whole lot, but it was kind of a neat experience, and it was included in the price. And now for the most exciting part, the snorkeling. This is something I have wanted to do for a very long time. We love to snorkel, and I've watched lots of videos about snorkeling at the Great Barrier Reef. I was really hoping to see maybe a turtle and definitely the huge clams. And that was what I was looking for. When we first got into the water, we couldn't see anything. I was confused, and it was just, there was nothing to see. And I wasn't sure if it was because it was churned up or I just wasn't close enough to things. And so I was sort of frustrated. And then John was having trouble with his mask. And so he was frustrated. So it took us about 20 minutes to really kind of figure out even what to do and where to go. Finally, we figured it out. We figured out that the reef was around the edge of the swimming area. So you had to swim to the reef and then you could see things. If we had gone to the second deck and looked down, we might have had an idea about that before we got into the water. And the current was pretty strong at that point. So you really had to kind of fight that current. But finally, we got to the reef. We could see what we had come to see, and it was amazing. So I'm just going to let the video roll and let you see some of the amazing things that we got to see. Wow, it was truly incredible. We really enjoyed it and would love to go back. As we were getting out of the water, these little blue fishes were swimming around the dock. Then it was time to go, and off we went. And of course, the trip back was really rocky, just like the trip out. We had a wonderful time, and I would highly recommend this excursion to anyone. If you have any questions, just please leave a comment below. Please subscribe, please like the video. Thanks again for watching. This is Crystal for Go Go Gaddis Travel.